their own way. I sometimes wonder how people can begin talking of a thing they have not seen at all. This bill is still under construction. I'm still drafting it. Even at night I was drafting. I have added 2 or 3 sections, but I've seen the public is interested in only 1 section. But there are other sections which I will take you through for you to appreciate it better. I got the leave of Parliament to bring a private member's bill. And the private member's bill means private, the way it sounds, private. That is why I'm here alone, because it is a private member's bill. When I get, my colleague Kakembo might be coming, but when I get other people supporting it, I'm very, very happy to be with them. And I'm sure some people are supporting my bill, but some fear even to talk about it because of their personal problems. But I have prepared a statement for you, which I can use to go through. One of the propositions I'm putting forward is that the leader of opposition must be elected by other members of the opposition. I am suggesting that the opposition party with the largest numerical strength will produce 3 people. And from those 3 people, the greater opposition to elect 1. I am sure people were scared, thinking that probably I'm taking away the power of the opposition, of the biggest opposition party, to produce the leader of opposition. That is not what I'm doing. I am simply strengthening it. I'm simply widening it. I have also seen people saying that, this Lumu now is being supported by the government and the president. Whoever is thinking like that, if it's not shallow, is only myopic. Because we have been here in Parliament, we went to our constituencies and we are elected from there. That is the capacity we can use even to fight to get the right person to be the leader of opposition. So I don't want people to reduce this bill, to reduce it to 1 person. I have even had other people saying that you are now fighting the leader of opposition, Senyonyi. I want to tell you, members of the press, if I have known Honorable Senyonyi properly, it is only 2.5 years or 3. So I have not gotten any grudges with him, and I wouldn't even have reasons of fighting him. If there are people fighting him, I'm not one of them. Let Ugandans think that a good thing sometimes is painful when you are beginning it. I think you know, some of you here have gotten babies. When a woman goes to labor, there is a lot of pain. Even the husband is waiting out there, but he's also having his own pain. But when the labor is done with, you come with the baby. When you come with the baby, the whole world is happy. So let this baby come out. Don't try to kill the baby while in labor because of your personal interests. I have also seen some other leaders saying that now Lumu is being used by the president to bring in a bill which will allow the parliament to elect the president. Whoever also said like that, I think he needs to go back to a law school, or if not be, I can be of help. That the article which provides for election of the president, if in case you want to amend it, it is an entrenched article. It needs a referendum. So when I hear a leader who says, hey, now they want to use him so that elections can be done here, you should go back and read that article properly. If he or she cannot understand it properly, we can help. Or you can get a grounded advocate to help him understand properly. This is not the first time this kind of amendment is being brought to Parliament. This is actually the fourth time. I want to thank the FDC party. When Honorable Segona brought that amendment, it was the FDC which was the biggest party on opposition. They did not attack him, they did not abuse him, they did not malign him, they listened to him until his motion was defeated on the floor of Parliament. I don't know whether it was also now being used by the President. I don't know also if him was used to fight Senyonyi, because by then Senyonyi was not there. So let us not narrow this kind of bill to personalities. Let us look at the bill as a bill which can help the nation. You might even find if in case it goes through, it might work in the other term, the 12th Parliament. So I don't know why people are dying of a thing which is not even out, which is not even debated. And another thing I want to tell Ugandans and my fellow leaders, especially MPs, Honorable Senyonyi, the late, when he was training us, he told us this. He said, if you are a leader, don't rush to speak. Let other people speak. Filtrate what you are going to say before you say it. That is the reason why I've written here, so that I have reference. But when I moved my motion for leave, I had people this side who are in Kampala attacking me, before even listening to what I wanted to say, before even understanding what I have to say. So they can borrow a leaf from what Senyonyi told me and what Senyonyi told the people who were in that conference. Don't rush to speak, because you might speak of a thing you don't know, and when they introduce it, you want now to say it is good, but we have already presented it as a bad thing. So this motion is a good motion, and this bill is a very good bill, because it is not only talking about the leader of opposition. It is talking about election of opposition chief whip also. Why? Because the opposition chief whip is the one who actually mobilizes other MPs. He's supposed to be very near those MPs. Those MPs must be very free with him. So with that one, I propose and I suggest that that one should be elected by all other members of the opposition. I don't know why someone would be so scared of election. I don't know. Because even in primary schools these days, they elect. Are they saying that the headmaster has no capacity to point at someone and say you are going to be the head prefect? But they want that the children in that school get attached to their leader. Even in churches, they elect. Even LoP chairman is elected. I don't know why people are dying over fighting against election. Every member of parliament who is here came here through an election. So I am actually scared that the people who want to actually promote democracy fear elections. Why should you fear elections? Another thing is, we are on the opposition and we are preparing to go in power in 2026. If in case we have done some actions which can help us to go there. So people should not be scared. We shall be in power in 2026. So since we shall be in power, this bill will now work on the people who will be in opposition. We do not be us. So are people saying we are permanently going to be in opposition? Are they so happy with the position? So I want to change even the minds of some people. People should now start thinking of how the people in opposition are going to go in power and actually change the country. if people are permanently thinking that they are going to be in opposition, I am very sorry for some people. One is nomination of parliamentary commissioners and election. The law as it is provides that commissioners should be elected. I am further proposing that there must be another commissioner in the commission to represent all other small political parties in Parliament. Why? The other four are representing the NRA. One representing the biggest party on opposition. Then what about the others? I'm proposing let these others also elect one commissioner to represent their interests. Because I have never met a commissioner in a meeting to give him my views also. I have never met one. So if I have elected one, I will have access and tell him I am thinking like this. But commissioners sit somewhere, you can't even access them and do whatever they want to do. After doing, you quarrel. So I'm bringing a system how we can elect our commissioners so that everybody's heart is put to a position of resting. I am also proposing that if there is a national election, a general election, and the second runner gets half of the votes of the winner, half or more, that person should go to Parliament as an ex-officio member of Parliament. Why? Because most of the MPs here, there are even MPs here who came here with 4,000 votes, 3,000 votes. But you find a man who has been standing for president, he has gotten 3.8 million votes and is out of Parliament. Then there is this one who has gotten 3,000 votes, is here in Parliament. So I'm suggesting that if such a scenario happens, let that person appear here as a member of Parliament, but as an ex-officio. That is one of my propositions. The other one, it requires amendment of the Constitution. I am proposing, actually this is the hardest, not the easiest. The hardest is this one. I am proposing that I want the Constitution to be amended to include that the Deputy Speaker of Parliament should come from the opposition. That's what I want. I don't know why we are here. There are two sides. One is the opposition, another one is in the government. But all speakers are from one side of the government. What stops us from having a deputy speaker coming from the opposition? Someone must tell me about it. I think that would be the hardest, where people would be making all kinds of arguments, including those ones which are unnecessary. But they go to the cheapest because they want to make Ugandans that politics is a cheap thing. It isn't a cheap thing. It requires people to think, filtrate before they talk. I also propose that shadow ministers, after being appointed, they should appear in the opposition caucus for vetting and confirmation. The same should be done to chairmen and deputy chairmen or chairpersons of committees. Why should you represent us when we don't have a say? Because those people, the chairpersons of committees, are representing the opposition. If they are representing the opposition, let the opposition be involved in it. One might say, hey, but the government is not doing that. That is okay. We are not in government yet. When we go there, we shall also look at that problem. I want also to propose that the independent members of Parliament should have their own whip elected by them. And they should stop to refer to them as opposition members of parliament. They are not. They are not opposition members. Why? Because when they contested against opposition parties. At the same time, they contested against the government, and they won. That means they are not on the opposition, and they are not on the government side. So you cannot tell me that now those are opposition. If they wanted to be opposition members, they would have joined some parties on the opposition. So now, I want that in the rules of parliament, it is included, and in the Administration of Parliament Act, it is included that these ones are called independent, not opposition members of parliament, and that they should have a whipping them, and so many other things which I'm still writing. In conclusion, therefore, those are just only 5, because I'm still drafting, but I have come to address you because I heard people talking too much. There are these people which are referred to as Bajakuterembwa, and I was telling them, just don't release the rabid dogs, just only release the normal dogs, because when you release the rabid dogs, the reaction on rabid dogs will be so dangerous, and you might find a rabid dog gets injured. So now we release only the normal dogs. Those ones are handled properly. But now, so far, I have seen rabid dogs, I don't know, all kinds of dogs. Because this is the talk which I have had, that now, I didn't know what Mbwa meant. Now, I think I'm beginning to see some. So, these are my views. For people who have gone to school enough, some of you included, if you have a different idea from a colleague, first of all, you don't release the dogs. The other one, you don't quarrel. The other one, you don't become bitter. The other one, you don't become crazy. You don't make yourself mad. What you do, you also make a counter argument. I think that is how we are trained. I don't know whether some people did not go to some schools to be trained that way. But if they can't, we still have trainers. Honorable Sibambi is here, Honorable Segona is down there. They can help to train some people how civilized people behave. But if people are behaving like bushmen, it's an outdated way of behavior. I have also seen some leaders I sit with here. They know where I sit, they know my number. Now, instead of talking to me, you know, some people have now just started getting to know how to use these smartphones. Now they record, and when they record, they don't record properly. You find the nose is becoming too big, the mouth is now widening like a... They should now come to me, talk to me, I'm here, and I tell them what I'm doing. But when you use phones, sometimes the faces don't look good because you are doing a selfie. No, it is not good. So you come to me, I'm around, we can exchange ideas. Especially leaders, they should be able to talk to me. I'm always here. I normally come here. I don't know why someone goes to record or goes to the radio and abuse me. And why on the radio? I'm around. Why on TV? I'm here. You just come, we sit, we talk. The last one is what the law provides on election of the LoP. The law in its current form. That is what I want to tell you. One time, Senyonyi Honorable said that some people who are leaders don't read at all. I now want to confirm his statement. They don't read. These acts are here with us. The amendment of the Administration of Parliamentary Act is with us. It says in section 6 that a a party on opposition with the strongest numerical strength shall elect. That is what is in the law, shall elect. I am now asking you, because you people get a lot of information than we get, where did the nomination of Mpuga take place to be elected a LoP in their party? Where did the nomination of Honorable Senyonyi take place? They won against who? How many votes did they get? Because the law is saying elect. Now, I don't want to be a lawyer who cannot advise people properly. If the law says shall, that is a command. You must do it. So if people are not elected, instead of making whatever sort of attacks they want, if they don't want the law, this is the opportunity to remove that law. Because they can come to the committee, the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee, when this bill goes there, and they make their strong argument against the law. And they also propose that remove those sections from that law. So I'm also helping them to be appointed the way they want. Because they want to be appointed. So I'm helping them to remove the law so that they can be appointed legally by whoever they want them to be appointed. So I don't want to add on that. I want to stop there.